Episode 73. Bubu the Prince. Look at me
What's
getting the
going
camera
on?
messed up. Everything. What up, man?
What up, man? Shout out to everybody in the live, man. All that. OG Tamal. Respect
Salute
as
to
always,
everybody.
man.
Salute to everybody joining in. I'm excited about this one. One of my grimy young cats out
Word.
west holding it down. We gonna get
Word.
into it all, man. I'm excited to do this. It's been a minute. We've been trying to schedule this for like 6 months, and so thank you for joining us, man.
Word, man. An honor, man. Truly humble, man. For real. For real.
And I appreciate you. The honor's mine, man. Like everybody says, and I'm saying everybody says that, like, you know, like we just rock with the old shit, 90s shit. I'm like, yo, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
That's since day one. And I mean, the little pit stop we did out in the East when we was in Jersey City and Philly. That was my first time ever being on stage. You know what I'm saying? So since day one, you know what I mean? I appreciate that for real. It goes a long way, man.
Wait, that was your first time ever rocking on stage?
When
I met you, because yeah, you was at the Philly show, Ill Villain Promotions. I think did that. You was in Jersey City, Screw Taping Cats, Ralphie Reese, and Born Unique, J. Roy. Yeah, everybody's out there. And then you came up to so you was in Philly. That was your first time getting down like that.
Yeah, that was my first time for sure.
Word. That was 2018, April of 2018. And yes, man, like I heard you and I was like, because I mean, I went there to see some people. Like I went to see Born Unique. I went to see J. Royale and catch up with them in the person, in the physical, because I knew them. And so, you know what I'm saying? Me and wifey went. And then so like I didn't know I hadn't heard of you, obviously, you know what I'm saying? And so then I heard you, I was like, okay then. Like,
yeah,
right.
no, but you could tell. I know you could tell, like, you know, when someone's experiencing performing and all that, you know, I looked a little uncomfortable up there. You know what I'm saying? Because it was my first time actually, you know what I mean, getting in the mode and all that.
Yeah, but here's the thing, son. Like I mean, I don't remember back. So that didn't stand out for me. Obviously, for you, it was your first time, so you're gonna nitpick to everything. But like that didn't really stand out for me. But I heard the bars, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I was like, okay, this cat got something, and then filed it away, man. So you know, like, and honestly, like the projects you've been putting out, the music you've been putting out, it's been fire, man. You know what I'm saying? So I've been it doesn't matter.
Too. I've been lacking too. I've been lacking too a whole lot. You know, when life be hitting and shit should be, you know. But I'm getting back in the mode and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we need that, man. I mean, like, it's easy for me to tell artists to like make music, like, cause like, make music, nigga. Like, but like it's important, man, because you're dope. You're a younger cat that's doing it, and I think that it sets the tone for a lot of other young cats, and they can see, because I had Afro on, I had the homie Afro on, and he was saying, like,
little Afro,
right? He was like, yo, just because cats are younger don't mean you have to do like this current bullshit, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. So he was like, you can. So it's important that other cats in your, you know what I'm saying, age bracket see like, yo, this cat gets down, like on some real, not on some tight fucking fairy tale shit, but you know what I mean? It gets down. So we just got into it. I got a few ground rules before we really get rolling. If you got questions for my man, put them down here in the questions feature below. There's a question mark with a bubble around it. Use that rather than putting them in the comments. That way I can pull them up.
Yeah, please don't be afraid. There's no wrong questions or none of that, man. I don't get offended too much. You know what I mean?
Word. And just like on the page, if you get on any wild nonsense, I will have to send you home, because that's just, you know what I'm saying, how we do it here. So let's get into it, man, because I really had a lot of questions. It's like, just really, like, I like to understand where people come from, backgrounds and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So let's go back, man, like Little Prince, you know what I mean? Like, as far as, because we're gonna talk a little bit more in a bit about your style and everything, but what got you into all this, man? Take us to the beginning. I don't know anything, you know what I mean? So,
word. So I think my first introduction into like an actual rap style or freestyle or whatever you want to call it. My oldest sister, you know what I'm saying? at the time she was like 14, 15. She's 8 years older than me, so I was, I'm not really good at math. So I was 8 years younger than her, elementary school. She had these rhymes when she was in juvie, in juvenile system over here. And she would hang them up on the wall and laminate them and all that. You know what I'm saying? And I remember like I would fake sick so I wouldn't go to school. You know what I mean? That was really popular when I was young, man. You say act like I was sick on a Sunday night so I don't go to school on a Monday and shit. You know what I mean? So anyway, she would ditch school. You know what I'm saying? And she would call me into the room. And she had these joints on the wall and all that, and she would make me recite. She would make me, recite them with her and shit. You know what I mean? I didn't really get it too much, but that I remember that was like my first introduction to that. Long story short, she got busted again in the juvenile system. She did a couple years. And there was these dudes. I remember I was in the 4th grade. These dudes was in 6th grade. You know what I mean? And they was beatboxing and freestyling and shit. You know what I mean? And I didn't know too much, but what I did know, I was, I caught how homie was rhyming, and I was like, damn. I memorized these joints my sister was showing me. I'm going to rap that, see what happened. We walking around the damn field. One of the homies beatboxing. The dude's rhyming. I don't really remember what he even talking about in the first place. I just remember, like, I'm about to say these bars. And you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna deliver it right. And I remember I was kind of yelling. And that was always my style of even talking. Like, you guys, my people's like, with my family, I'm always the loud one. That's just how I talk in general, right? You know what I'm saying? When I'm having a great time, I'm a little, you know what I'm saying? I'm not too obnoxious, but I'm just
Yeah,
loud.
I can relate.
Vibe.
I can relate a little
bit. Yeah. And people almost get it twisted towards like obnoxious and acting a little how you say it, arrogant or ignorant, but that's not the case for me. It's just I like to how you say, bring the vibe together. You know what I'm saying? Make sure everybody. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I rap this shit. They start going crazy. And that was my very first time ever, like, oh shit, like catching a how you say it, like a high almost. You know what I'm saying? So fast forward 2 years later, I get to middle school, 7th grade. I hang out with a group of people. They freestyling. Next thing you know, I'm freestyling to like 7th grade, 8th grade, 9th, 10th, 11th. By the time I get to 11th grade, I buy my own setup. I buy a mic stand, a little power up. It's not like an interface type. I buy my own joint. At this age, we graffitiing it up and shit. I joined a crew. All my homeboys they rhyming too. You know what I'm saying? So we doing all that, the whole nine. You know what I'm saying?
To put it in perspective, real quick, just because like we pick up everybody. We got Bubu The Prince, my young homie out of San Diego. So perspective, you're like 27, 28, 26, 27?
I'm 26.
Okay, so that's why I just wanted to kind of give some context to it. You know what I'm saying? And this is the reason why this is important, is because I've heard this story before. I mean, from people, but they grew up in the 80s, the early 90s, the 70s. Right. So you're growing up in the 2000s with this kind of, and so this is why, like, this is even more significant. Like, you know what I mean? So continue.
Yeah, no. And check this out. And even like when I got to high school, that whole jerking era shit was popping. Like, that shit was wild. Like, it was so popping. There was these cats who was like, they had like a little crew. You know what I mean? And they decided to drop some whack shit, obviously. I don't know what the fuck they was talking about. They talking about the dancing and all. Me and my crew, we was like, yo, let's show these motherfuckers what it really is. You know what I'm saying? Guess the joint we rap on. Motherfucking duck season.
Like, oh, word?
Man, let them boys have it, man. Yo, it was a crew called Neff Gang and shit, man. You know the little jerking crew, they was going off the clothing brand. That shit was real popular at that time. So you know what I'm saying? We made a little diss track towards them, and they never sent shit back or nothing, man. But I remember, like, we stood out. We stood out because we had that style. You know what I'm saying? Even our slang was the way I'm talking. That's how it was. My people was like, they was real smart. I was the only dumb one out of the whole crew. They was mad smart. Like, word.
Oh, you stupid, yo.
Yeah, like 4.2 GPAs. Like they was tutors. Like, you know what I'm
This
saying? They
nigga.
was mad smart. You know what I'm saying? They was into books like heavy. You know what I'm saying? They was teaching me a whole lot in the game and all that. You know what I'm saying? And so yeah, so that's what it was for me. 10th and 11th grade and so on. That's where, you know, my mind kind of it shifted into like the culture for real. You know what I mean?
All right, so let's talk about the obvious thing here. Is like
Mm-hmm.
we've kind of touched on it before. I touched on it with XP. Like, I don't want to label cats for anything. I don't like that. But if we had to say, like, anybody talking to you, anybody listening to you, hearing your music, be like, yo, this cat's from New York, or some Jersey, Philly, somewhere, Baltimore, whatever. Okay, you're from San Diego. So like,
Whoa.
how did this style come about versus like a more, I won't say traditional West Coast style, but like a more, you know what I mean? There's a stereotype. Let's just, you know, stereotypical West Coast style. As far as not
Yeah.
even, I mean, underground is different, but I mean, as far as like commercial style, whatever, like, you know, more funk, whatever, this and that. How did this come out of you? But where does this come from?
All right. So I was in the 7th grade and I was skateboarding at the time, and my man's Domingo, he had took me to my first like skating competition and shit, right? And I remember I was just watching, I was a little ass kid, and I heard the Cream joint for the first time by the Wu. I don't know what the fuck it was, but I remember I asked like at least 5-6 people who was at that event, yo, what was that? What was that? What was that? Because they played the hook and then cut it off. And when, you know, the DJ was doing his thing and shit. I'm, yo, what was that? I was asking my man, yo, what was that, bro? What was that? I didn't find out till like 2-3 months later. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't until that I started rehearsing all the Wu-Tang. I was a Wu head. You know what I'm saying? I got the Wu blasted on me and all that. So that was like the introduction for me. So, you know, but it wasn't. I would just rhyme. That's how I was rhyming. You know, I feel like it was, you know, it was that shit just, how you say it? I ended up attaching to it. You know what I'm saying? The way the slang and all that. So by the time I got to high school and I met these cats, it was just, it blended
So this
in
is like
perfectly.
7th grade,
You know
you said, right? This is like
yeah,
7th grade.
It was 7th grade for sure.
Yo, that's just crazy to me, son. Like, cause, like, I'm just thinking about like, cause I'm trying to put myself in your shoes back then. Like, as a, you know, cause when I heard Wu, I was 18. You know what I'm saying? So it's different. So like, I'm going back and I'm like, all right. So you first heard Wu as a 7th grader.
Yeah.
And then it was a rap after that. It's like, that
yeah,
was it.
It was a rap because by the time I got to 8th grade, me and my homies, we was already freestyling and I was already talking that way. You know what I'm saying?
The power, yo, listen, that's crazy to me, son. Like, the power, like, that just like, that shit just entered like your whole system. You know what I mean? Like, from across the coast, you heard the sound vibrations, and was like, and was dialed in, yo. Like,
yeah, and check this out. That I think it wasn't until I met my homie L1, who was basically like the main dude of the crew and shit. By the time I got to high school, he introduced me to Big L. I can't believe I didn't know who Big L. I didn't do no search. I couldn't do no search. I had no computer. Like, I had a little iPod Shuffle at the time, the little baby ones and shit. I had no screen on that. I had my man's, like, I just told him, yo, Wu-Tang, because that's all I knew. You know what I'm saying? So by the time I got to high school, my man was like, yo, you heard of Big L? I'm like, Big L, nah, man. And he showed me the Devil's Son joint. I'm like, yo, what? You know, from there, it just, you know what I mean? But I'm saying I've always had that slang. You know what I'm saying? That slang was always there. I was always saying word. Like, you know what I'm saying? People, they would even try to, you know, ridicule me for it. You know, what the fuck you talking like that? Like, you from the West Coast? You know? And
yeah, I was going to ask you, was they trying to, like, did you get some pushback on that shit, man?
Hey,
like,
still to this day, man. Still to this day. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I'd say fuck their life, man. You know what I mean? To each his own. But yeah, by the time I got to high school, like I said, shit just blended in, man. My peoples, they were showing me the slang and all that, you know what I'm saying? The way it goes, and, you know, keep it humble, you know, staying, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
crazy
to
me, son.
man. That's why I always, my first joint was called With the Splash of Juice. You know what I'm saying? And I spelled it Joose. That was actually the name of the crew, man. And I was actually dedicating that joint to them. You know what I'm saying? I let them know personally, like, yo, it was because of y'all. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, I still give them credit to this day. You know what I mean?
So the cats that you linked up with back then, they was on the similar steez as you.
Yeah. If anything, they taught me way more. You know, knowledge, all that, man. Like a whole lot, bro. A whole lot.
Word. That's
Yeah,
this
man.
is wild. I mean, this is what I really wanted to understand, man, because you know, like, you know, there's a lot of factors that go into like what makes us up, if that makes any sense. Makes us up,
Yeah.
right? So like,
Yeah.
you know what? So I go, ooh. So there's a lot of things that fall into that, right? Like is this and that, where you live, or where you grow up. Like you may live somewhere, but you may go to school somewhere else, and
Yeah.
so you got a different, you know what I mean? And so that stuff is very important, man. So that's why I wanted to,
And,
you know, really wanted to get understand that.
pardon me to cut you off, but
No, go
normally,
ahead.
like, it's always like what you hear in the crib, what you hear in the house. You know what I'm saying? But that the house was way different because number one, I come from a lineage of gang members. You know what I'm saying? From my cousins, you know, my brothers and sisters and shit. So they was always listening to that West, you know, Dre, Snoop. At the time, was popping over here. At that time, was like Chicano rap. Chicano rap is basically the cholo rap and shit. You know what I'm saying? Where they talk about, you know, low riders and gang banging and shit. Like it's a different thing. I'm sure my man XP knows what's up with that. But it's so it was way different than what I knew. You understand what I'm saying? But I still heard it. You know, so that shit was still in my iPod because, like I said, it's all I knew when it came to music. I think the very first like hip hop artist I remember listening to, and I listened to it on that. It was in Mexico, and my uncle had a CD. He was playing in the van, and I remember it was a Ludacris joint, and that's all I remember. I think it was like I think it was a joint called "Fuck You," and I remember I used to say all the time, like "Fuck you, fuck," like you know what I'm saying? Like, and that was like the very first joint I've ever heard, like the hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Once I look back, but yeah, man, that's basically it, man. Yeah, Wu though, Wu for real. That's what it was, man. And my people's like, I still got pictures and shit. Like, we used to take pictures on Fridays. And, yo, we was some fly motherfuckers, man. On Thursdays and Fridays, we would dress up like, yo, we gonna dress fly as fuck, you know, a Woo shirts or hip hop shirts, whatever. We take pics like this, word, like for real. Yo, and we stood out, man. Shit was ill, man. We stood out for real.
And so here's the thing. I bet because I can understand where you're going with this now. Like, so y'all was on y'all shit, and it was different, and niggas cats was hating,
big time.
But they was jelly.
Yeah.
Like, so like that's the thing. So like they suck. You know what I mean? They like they might be sick, but they because y'all stepped out of a lane, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You guys weren't supposed to be doing that. You know what I mean? Like that wasn't. You're supposed to fall in line and do the like, you know, the stereotypical thing. And it's like, yo, nah, we fuck with this. This is what we fuck with. Like so like that's crazy. So I was just thinking about that. Like you really stood out. And so Casket, they can mean mug and be all corny, but they like, yo, these cats, they understand you're on some other shit.
And they was doing that. Like some would try to rig, and I was the only one that was, you know, I'm a hi-hat, or I was a hi-hat, so they were trying to say something funny. What the fuck is you talking? And my man's over there, nah, man, chill, keep it humble, man, keep it humble, man. I'm like, fuck all that humble shit. Like, what the fuck, homie, want to do? You know what I mean? And I was, you know, and I learned a lot from them, man, for real. Like, they was real calm people and shit. You know what I mean? They was with it when it came down to it, but majority of the time it was always me, like, wanting to jump first. You know what I mean? But,
I get it. Especially when cats trying to test. Yeah, when cats trying to test who you are, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, this is what you rock with. Like, shut the fuck up. You know what I mean?
Well, man. Yeah, for real.
Yeah, because that's why I wanted to bring that up because we were talking about that when I had XP on it. Big up XP. He was, you know, saying like, you know, he got pushed back, and it's like, yeah, like he rhymes how he rhymes, yo. Like, and he rocks with how, you know, rocks how he rocks. Like that doesn't make him less, you know what I'm saying? Less proud of his heritage or anything like that or whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? Man. Like you just like vibes are vibes, yo. Like if you are, you know, if you raised with a pack of wolves or you something else, you're gonna be a wolf. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
and I know XP can relate because, you know, he got people's that's in that shit for real as well as me. When I link up with the homies, like the SA homies, they know what's good. They see me and they say, yo, what's up, son? What's up? You know what I'm saying? Trying to like get the lingo because they, you know what I'm saying? They respect it. You feel me? They respect it, and I'm repping, you know, where we from and shit. You know what I mean?
And
They
it's
know.
genuine, man. I don't. It's not like, you know what I'm saying, some facade like to you know what I mean, move units and nothing. It's like, this is who this cat is. You know what I'm saying? That's why I want to understand the story about it. And you said, and you know, an important point here is like your sister. That's crazy that you got, excuse me, your first kind of introduction to this from your, you know what I'm saying, your older sister. Yo, that's dope.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Well, you know, she then she been busted all her life, to be honest, man. She's only, you know what I mean, like, I think the longest time she's been out was like 2 years out of her whole life. She's like 33 now, 34. Her whole life she's been in the system, man. So the last time she was out, because she busted again, last time she was out was a couple years ago. She would try to, you know, shit on me like, yeah, son, don't forget where you got it from. Like, give me credit. You know what I mean? I'm like, nah, I got you. I always make sure to mention her. You know what I'm saying? Cause
word, of course. Salute
where
to
am I going
her,
from?
man. Like, damn, that's some serious shit, man. For real, man. Like, this, salute to her, man. You know, and you know, hold her down, man. You know, like,
thank you. Yeah.
You know, yo, what's San Diego like, man? Because I'm familiar with LA to a pretty good deal, and I wanted to understand. One question I want to ask you, because like being on the East Coast, and you know you've been out there, blacks, Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, we rock. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. Like, it's just, we all niggas in the hood. Like, that's just what it is out there. You understand that? Because you've been so like. Obviously, you know how it is in LA. It's like black, brown, like that shit. They ain't fucking with each other. Hopefully it's getting better. I've heard, but like, what's the deal like in San Diego with that? Because that's an important thing that really is important to me.
Well, over here, we fit 10, 15 minutes from the border. So, I don't find Puerto Ricans at all.
Well, not Puerto Ricans, but just I'm saying, what's like as far as blacks and Mexicans, like is in the area, like what's the vibe like there?
For the majority, like they, you know what I'm saying, there ain't no smoke. Not like LA. LA's a different ball game compared to us, man. Over there, like I can't even speak on LA because I ain't from there. But you know, it's way different. The vibe is different down here. You know what I'm saying? They're a little more cool. The black and brown, they're a little more united down here and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
Yeah, for sure.
But you know, LA is its own entity, man. I mean, like it's So no, you're right. That's why I was wondering if it was good, because even I talked to my peoples out in Oakland, and they were like, it ain't like it is in LA. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like as far as that goes. So
yeah, LA, from what I've seen, it's a lot, man. It's a whole different, like, damn near blocks beefing it with each other. Like, it's crazy. But anyway,
up. You know.
Yeah, but down here, for the most part, they cool. You know what I'm saying? But San Diego is one of those, like, anybody else who not from here, the first thing they say, oh, vacation city, like America's finest city, like spoiled weather, like, you know what I'm saying? I guess that would be true for an outsider, but over here, like, the people who I know and people who I've been around, like, nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? People always talk about downtown and the gas lamp, you know, the place where where everybody, all the tourists go out. I never go out there. My peoples never go out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, we never go to it's one of those places, like, if you seek, you find. If you want to go to a nice area, you can find a nice area. If you want to go to a place where, you know what I'm saying, where it gets wicked, you can find that too. Anyway, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's the best way I can explain it. People try to, shit on it all the time. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, it's a very, very nice city. Like, yeah, son, because you only been to the tourist spots.
Right, you know right. My man moved out there. He was like, yo, I love it. But he lived on the beach. And he was like a waiter or something on the beach getting crazy tips at some crazy restaurant. And it was like chilling. He was like 23, of course. So you got a different vibe, though. I mean, I get it. I mean, I know it's different in other spots. You know what I'm saying? It's cool that, like, at least the you know what I'm saying, people are vibing with each other as far as, like, you know what I'm saying? It's not on no LA weirdo, like, shit. Because that shit just really disappoints me out there, man.
Yeah.
As far as like the lack of unity out there, man. Like, that shit is disappointing. So now I was curious to see what it's like. So, I mean, like, you rocking with cats out there now, or is it your whole, like, music thing kind of more, you know, you're trying to, is there anybody you rocking with in San Diego? Like, or like, or you elsewhere?
I could probably count with one hand. Just due to the fact of, you know, character means a lot to me, bro. It means almost everything before music.
It
You know what I'm
should.
saying? A couple nice cats out here that actually transplants. You know, my man Apollo, he from Baltimore. He nice as shit. You know, he just, you know, he got a family to take care of. So, you know, couple people, man. Couple people. Rick Scales too. He's actually from LA. He's from LA, but he's a transplant too. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, nah, man, it's tough, man. It's tough to get along with the people, the locals here, because they real big headed, man. They real big headed. They into like the click thing. Like, yeah, this is us. Like, fuck them. Like, you know what I mean? And they mad local. Like, niggas is like performing at the bars for free. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Every Thursday. You know what I mean? Like, it's. But for the most part, like the people I shouted out, you know, they mad cool. My man Nemi too. Nemi's actually from the Bronx, and he out here. Like, you know what I'm saying? They characters, they solid individuals. But for the most part, man, it's tough because I try. I try to show up. I try to show support. You know, I try to give a free verse or two. You know what I'm saying? But it's just tough, man, because people be they in their head too much. They like this. You know what I'm saying? When really it's so that's why, you know, forced to how it happened. I remember I planned it in my head, like I'm gonna aim out there just to bring it back. And next thing you know, I meet Etho, and it just, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so let's talk about all that, man. I mean, like, so between 2018 and 2021, you know what I'm saying? You've been making a lot of moves and doing a lot of things, man. I mean, as far as and I didn't know that I was your first like public show or whatever, you know, when I saw you in Philly. I mean,
Mhm.
so like you've been doing a lot of things. So talk about some of that, man. You got a lot going on. We've been rock, you know, we rocking with like, you know, New Crack Era West, all this stuff I'm seeing. So what's good?
Yeah. So, my man's, I gotta shout out my man's, Daniel Leviathan and my man's Hex Luther. They actually from my section. They from the 858 for real. And you know, I grew up seeing them. So, quick little sidebar. I grew up seeing them. They was like to us in high school. You know, I was talking about my peoples and shit. They was like gods to us because they was around that time. They was real cool with the Jizza and the whole Wu fam and all that, and they still is. You know what I'm saying? Like Jizza calls them nephews and shit every time they open. You know what I'm saying? So to us, they was. You know what I mean? So fast forward to 2018. You know what I mean? I used to see my man Hex Luther at my job. You know, at my 9 to 5 and shit. And I'm like, yo, you Hex, right? You Hex Luther. He's like, yeah. What's up, young buck? Like, you know what I'm saying? Chopping it up here and there. So by the time I think I came out with a freestyle, it was over Nas's New York State of Mind 2. I released the joint, you know, Hex reaches out. You know, long story short, he's telling me about a show. He's gonna bring Etho out, Crime Apple, Big Twins, XP. And I'm not familiar. Man. I'm not familiar with the underground like that. You know what I'm saying? I only know a couple cats. Um, and I offered a drive for that weekend. I'll be your driver for that weekend. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you need. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
At the time we was up on, you know what I'm saying, and provide goodies, whatever y'all need. I'll drive. I bet. We pick up E from the airport. I'm quiet. We're driving. Um, he think I'm just a driver. Little did he know I'm on the lineup also. I'm an opener. So, you know, I go up, I rock 2 joints, and his reaction was I can see him from the back of the VIP section when I'm rocking. He's like, he's small as shit, but I see him like, you know what I mean? And I get back and he was like, yo, what the fuck? I thought you was just a driver. That's how he talked. I thought you was just a driver. Like, what the fuck? How come you didn't tell me you rhyme? And I'm like, oh man, like I'm not on that time. You know what I'm saying? I ain't on that time. I was just driving and I just happened to, you know what I mean? And from there, we ended up going to the studio that night. That's when we did a Negocios joint with me, him, and man Hex. And he flew back. I reached out to him, yo, what's up with shooting the video? Long story short, I flew out me, my man Hex and Dan to Rochester. We did a video that never came out because we shot it over there originally and never came out. We fly back, but we was building with him up there the whole time. You know what I'm saying? Keeping it genuine, real. You know what I'm saying? Not asking for nothing. He had a show up there. We was supporting him and shit. We fly back, and he tells me about the little tour he's gonna have. The little tour. He's like, yo, I'm doing Buffalo. I'm doing Jersey City. I'm doing Philly. Like, what's up? You hungry? I'm like, I'm starving. Like, yeah. I think it was like he hit me up like 2 weeks before. I go, me, my man Hex, and my man Dan, we go out, and that's when I ended up meeting you, man. And yeah, the rest is history, man. We just kept building and building. By the time we got over to the West Coast, because he performed in LA, I think 2 weeks later, performed in LA, and then we did in my city again. By the time we got to my city, he called me into the room. He's like, yo, like, you know, I'm thinking about doing New Crack Era West. What you think? And I'm like, you the Don, like, do whatever you want. But he's like, nah, that's you. I want you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want you to be a captain. And I'm like, look, my man, I was like, if you serious, you better announce that shit tonight in my city. Like, you know what I mean? And what do you know? He does it that night. So the rest is history, man. I just been, you know, building it up ever since, man.
No, that's dope. And it was crazy that like really that was the first time so that's when I met you then on that shit then. That's wild, yo. And that was a really good event, man. I mean, big up.
Yeah, I loved it. I loved it. You know why?
Big up.
You know why? It was exactly like how I seen like in movies and shit. Man, that shit was grimy as fuck. You know, we had to go up the stairs through a hallway and through one room. You know what I'm saying? I think one of the dudes was living in there and shit. You know what I'm saying? That producer cat. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the spot was wild, man. I love being back in Philly. So the spot was wild, and it was a good event, man. It was a lot of talent. You know what I mean? And that's where. So I first linked up with you there.
Mm-hmm.
I first linked up with Ralphie Reese there too.
Yeah.
So like as far as like hearing him, you know what I'm saying, and so I went to see some other cats, you know what I mean, like to build some other cats, but like I always keep the ears open, so it was dope, man. I'm glad we, you know, I could have been outside burning the L or something when you know, but like so
yeah, no, that was fire. I appreciate that too, for real, man. You know what I'm saying? That shit builds, you know, when it's your first couple of times going up there, like it builds something. You know what I'm saying? It lets you know you're on the right path. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and no, you get some momentum. You know what I mean? Like,
but what I feel like that was key out of the whole thing, like that point and before, was the fact that I was starving and I was willing. You know what I'm saying? And that's like the one thing 82% of these rappers don't do. They feel, you know, they're going to rhyme in the closet and put out the track that the shit's going to come to them. And that's not how it works. You know what I'm saying? You got to get out there. You got to, you know, at the time I was up. So, you know, it was no questions at all. You know what I'm saying? Even though we planned to shoot a video out in Rochester, the shit never came out, but it was worth it because I got the bill with the OG. You know what I'm saying? And to build the bond. You know what I mean? So shit like that. You know what I'm saying? If there's any up and coming cats like me, man, take that, man. Be hungry. And if you're hungry, you got to show that shit with action. And you got to go out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, and that's a good point that you make, man, because a lot of cats, unfortunately, think their music, listen, you may have dope music, but everybody got music out there, right? Everybody and their mom is putting music out there right now. So you have to be in their faces. You can't just like you can't just put some music out and expect it just to sell itself, man. It ain't. Big up Eat a Mad Assassin. We built on this a couple of times, and we talked about this. I posted on our conversation that we had out in LA. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming back out there hopefully soon. Like we were building on this. Cats and Brother Jay talks about this too. You have a good bill with Brother Jay from Excellent. He was saying like, yo, don't be a star in your own head. Like, right? Yep. Like we stars in our own head. Like we hot in our own cipher, so then we think we hot everywhere. No, you're not hot until everybody know you. Like,
that's a fact.
If everybody don't know you, then you ain't hot.
Nah, man. Nah.
You know what I'm saying?
Man. For real.
Like if only like a select group of people and like a select Instagram cipher rock with you, then you ain't hot, man. So you know that's really important, man. Like you jumped on the opportunity, and you know what I'm saying, and we got to connect. You got to build with, you know what I'm saying, with somebody who's helping mentor you, and it's like, and then it spreads. Like I'm like, oh, we got this cat,
Exactly.
Bubu The Prince, San Diego. What up? Let's go. You know what I mean? And you
Yeah.
out there, so that's how it works, man. And that was an important thing.
Word, man. Yeah, it was real. Yeah, it was real beneficial, man. Because after that, you know, I started coming out to Brooklyn, and then that's when I started building with Nems, man. So by the time I came back, you know, Ito. He had a joint. He had to do a performance out for the Bushwick Festival. You know what I'm saying? That was 2019. You know what I'm saying? I killed two birds with one stone. Gold bill with E, knocked that video with Nems. It's a great feeling, man, to go out there and build, man. It's a great
Word,
feeling.
son. I saw you with Nams. So I'm like, okay, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And listen, fam, look, the trajectory is high because the fact that like in 2018, that was your first time rocking the stage. And then within 2 years, you know what I'm saying? You got a video with Nems and join Nems and you captain New Cracker West. So I mean, that's moves. And you know what I'm saying? A couple of dishes to the family, right? Two. You got 2 seeds?
Woo,
one on the way, right? Another one on the way?
Nah, two. My oldest, my baby girl, she's gonna be 2 next month, and
I remember.
My young boy, he's 6 months.
Ooh, damn.
Yeah, I'm just starting, man. You know what I mean?
Look at you. He's trying to have a
seeds, you know what I mean?
He's trying to. Our seeds roll with his seeds, bury his seeds, and now we keep taking money all up in the fit. Yo, all right. Man. Okay, yeah, you trying to have a basketball team. I get it. I get
the whole 9, man. For sure. You know what I mean?
Yo, so how is that? I did want to ask you though, how has that affected you and changed you, man? Because like especially you had your princess first. So like I got 2 girls, so the other one's in there being a teenager right now. Like how has that affected you? Because I don't care where you from, you can bust Uzis and AKs all day long. When that princess comes, it kind of softens your heart a little bit, man. So how has that changed you up?
I try to tell myself in my head that it wasn't going to phase me, but and it was like a little tiny piece of back of my head.
Repeat that again. I'm sorry, I hear what you said.
I said I tried to tell in the beginning when she was barely born. I tried to tell myself that it wasn't going to change me. Man, I'm still going to do what I do because you know I was up at the time. I was making moves. You know what I'm saying? Shit, I wasn't supposed to be doing. I'm gonna keep doing this shit. Ain't not going. We good. And next time, little by little. I was like, shit. I started thinking about, you know, consequences, about the future, you know, her not growing up with the dad, me being put away, my wife. And I was like, man, like, and I didn't notice it. Till, you know, I think by the time she turned 1, I was like, shit. Next thing you know, everything I started doing, you know, anytime I wanted to wild out or whatever, because you know, I stopped now, but you know, I was a hothead, you know, I was explosive and shit. Any little thing get you offended, you know. It's one of those things like, what's up? Like, what's up? Like,
what up then?
Yeah,
what up then?
Like,
what up?
I mean, like, you know what I mean? Right. I remember there was this one cat, like, real quick little sidebar at my work, and he was like this. And I'm like, what the fuck that mean? Like, I'm not talking about, what the fuck that mean? Like, what's that mean, bro? What does that mean? Like, nah, man, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm getting this shit. Yo, what the fuck that mean, though? Like,
right. Word, son.
But,
like, speak your purpose, man. What you saying, man?
Yeah, there's intention for everything, man. What the fuck are you trying to say?
I get it, man. I get it.
Nah, but, you know, even now with 2, man, like, I feel like, in my head, everything has to be, accordingly. Everything has to be a chess move, you know, the right way. You feel me? Like, you know, shit just, I'm not going to say I went all the way soft, but when it comes to my kids, man, it's definitely
it's not about being soft. It's about, listen, fam, it's not about being soft. It's about growing up, man.
Yeah, no, I'm saying in here, though, like, in here.
Yeah, like, because listen, if you need to put it down, you need to put it down. I mean, so whatever it is, like, but at the same time, it's like, you understand, you got others that are dependent on you now. Like when it's Bubu running around, rat-a-tat-tat, whatever, it don't matter. You know what I'm saying? But now you got, you know, like, and this is legacy stuff here. So that's, you know, so that's the.
And more importantly, they gotta eat. they gotta eat. Fuck it, I could starve all my life. Fuck it, I'm
right.
They gotta eat. You know what I mean, my wife like they gotta eat, man. So
yeah, you brought them here, so now you got to feed them.
Yeah, man.
Like,
yeah,
you know, it's like the birds in the nest, right? And the mouths be wide open and shit. Like, just
yeah.
like, what up, man?
Exactly.
Like,
Exactly.
what up?
Where it at? Where it at?
Kids be like, what up? Coming out.
No
like,
explanation. They need it right then and there. Word.
yeah. Yo, so what are some moves you trying to accomplish? What are some things you're trying to get going? What's the future like? Because like you said, okay, you made a point earlier. You said, all right, you life going on, whatever you've been, you're gonna jump back into stuff. Like, I'm gonna say this, man, consistency is the key.
Yeah.
Like, and so like as a fan of your music and stuff like that, like, we need to hear it. So
yeah.
what's going on? What's good? What's work popping in the future for you?
Yeah. I'm working on a project right now. I actually got no name for it, but I got a few joints. I got a round 2 with Nems and Ito. I got a joint with Poison Pen. Shout out Poison Pen, man. Man, one of my favorites, bro. I had met him when I was running around with Nems about a couple weeks ago. He was out here doing Rhyme Fest in LA, and prior to that, I kind of built with Poison Pen online and shit. And he was like, "Yo, I'm gonna see you in LA." I'm like, "I bet." So by the time we get to the venue, he goes up to me like, "Yo, what's up?" Like, what? You thought I wasn't gonna pop up on you? It was a beautiful vibe, man. Yo, what's up? I was like, I used to tell him, I was like, "Yo, I used to smack niggas to your music, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying, to your rhymes and shit. Like, it's an honor to meet him for real, man. It was an honor." But I also got to meet Fredro that night, man.
Oh, word?
Yo, man, he was there and he was like, "Yo, what's your name, man?" And I was like, "Bubu." You know what I'm saying? And he made a face. He was like, I don't know if he caught a flashback or something, but you know what I'm saying? I was like, "Yeah, Bubu The Prince." And he was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Yeah, I fuck with that." And he ended up following me and shit. He's like, "I fuck with that. I'm gonna see you, bro." And I'm like, "All right, for sure." But
Word.
yeah, I got Poison Pen, Nams, Ito, couple more people. But just trying to get back in the mode, man. I want to do shit right. This microwave shit it almost influenced me. You know what I'm saying? The 5 joint tracks, the 4 joint tracks every 2 months. That shit getting a little it's getting a little played out. You know what happens when someone creates a formula, then everybody starts and it gets saturated. Next thing you know, the game is trash again. You know what I mean? Now someone got to find another. The same shit goes with this. Like the microwave shit, it was cool at first because, you know what I'm saying, dudes got, they had to get the next bag or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But for me, I'm up and coming, so I've always felt like, I had to show and prove even more because, I'm new and shit. But that almost got me, man. And I had 2 joints that I actually scrapped. You know what I'm saying? Because I had sent them out to, my team and shit, and they was like, "Nah, bro, like chill. Like, you know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta do all that." I'm like, "You know what, you're so right." So I'm taking my time a little bit, but in the meantime, before that project comes out, I'm aiming towards like beginning of February or so, mid-February, beginning of February. But prior to that, I'm gonna put up freestyles and all that shit. You know what I mean? So the content gonna be there.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's important. Like, you don't have to. I mean, it's a digital age, man. So you don't have to be banging out albums all the time or EPs, 6 joints. But like, at least keep us fed, man. Because I'm a crazy fan, man. I rocks with you, man. So like,
I know, bro. I appreciate that.
Keep us fed. I wanted to ask you before we get out of here, a few more minutes. So you're 26. My daughter's 26, and like, we know what a lot of like 26-year-olds are listening to right now. As far as rap music goes, like, what's your whole like take on? I mean, because your peers got it fucked up. You're like, I mean, in a lot of ways, man. I mean, and your generation gets kind of dumped on a lot by like older heads because it's with good reason sometimes with a lot of stuff that's going out. But like I always say, there's dope cats out there. I mean, that are young and doing it, really about it. Like, so how do you like look at your generation, as far as your age bracket goes with all this, or do you even bother with it? Like,
I don't bother.
Oh, we lost it. You hear my question? You hear?
Yeah.
Yo.
Yeah.
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 Okay. Did you hear the question? It blitzed. Nah, it blitzed out for a minute on my end.
Okay. Now, for the most part, I don't pay attention, man. I don't. Um, uh, the younger, this like, cause there's the 26, and then there's like people from like 22 to 25 that do like the not even the singing shit. I'm not even gonna say the mumbling shit, cause that shit kind of got out. It's like this I don't know what the fuck to call it, man. But like I said, I don't pay attention too much, man. Those people, they just, majority of people who do that kind of music, they just do it as a phase anyway. They don't take it serious, so I don't take them serious. You know what I mean? At least the people that I know, like, yo, yeah, I'm rhyming now. Like, we should do something. Like, nah, man. Like,
Makes sense.
Because they ain't hungry, bro. They just want to hop on a wave, and then the shit gonna die out, and they gonna end up working at Jack in the Box. You know what I mean? Like, or McDonald's or whatever. Like,
right.
Jack in the Box.
We're gonna play a verse real quick from one of my joints that I really love.
Directamente. ¿Por qué? Porque me hicieron pensar eso.
Wow.
Entonces, ahorita me di cuenta de que estaba mal. Te hubiera encontrado, te hubiera encontrado. De cabrones,
bound to be mortified. Understand the depths of a borderline. Crooked niggas with distorted lies. Put a hole in his face, shells is a quarter size. Easy to see, hard to read like a code of lines. My style ain't poor, ain't a thought that you could find. Booking it ain't sweet but sour, it's more than my nine. Pick a bone. There's an ode to my laughter, green pastures. I'm the prince in the shadow of a master. Choose your life with a dagger, but gon' leave you to Casper. Flesh wrapped in the plastic under a sheet of plaster. I know your type, you capping, plus your earth stiff. You still a child, acting how you was, pumped for the surf stick. Mad nervous. Peek behind the curtain, you'll see the circus. Failed to meet the purpose. Why? You can read he worthless. Hard to belong to him, he need a sink a surgeon. Throw him in the lava, I thought I said we could eat detergent. Either you win or you learn. Take that to the chin, your face to the curb. Cooking up the sofa, I know that's what you heard. They here to take a turn, anybody can get served. Yo, feed the flock, never stop to make sure to teach them like.
I gotta play my other shit. We got like 10 minutes. I gotta play my other joint.
Yeah, I know which one. Word.
Which one?
You talking about the one with my man Adonis?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah,
the raw joint, right?
Yeah, word.
Yeah. That's
salute to everybody up in this motherfucking live, man. Appreciate y'all.
Word, man. So definitely salute to everybody live. And quick update: we got A+ next Wednesday, Hieroglyphics, followed by Tri-State, Gold Chain, and then followed by Billy Dan's MOP. So we got some, you know what I'm saying, some heavy.
You on the roll, OG? You on the roll, man?
Yeah, we just rocking with dope cats, man. I mean, so that's why you gotta keep. I'll play this one with the Rilla music though. See, you got joints, man. Yo, you be making me want to just run out and just run up on somebody at the ATM though, man. So I can't listen to you like that all the time, man.
That's the goal, man.
I can't do that. I can't do it with a raw joint. Okay, all right, here we go.
West Side's finest. Daygo Zoo.
Salute y'all.
Crack album. Yo, fuck what they talking. Niggas don't wanna see me live. Wake the Blake round like a chopper. I feel like eating pie. We get it proper. We talking that fettuccine pie. Stay on school like big body coops with the CD slide. Out west, we throw up dubs just to hold it down. Black is hot, but we walk around with the coldest smile. Never folded, but notice I got a button sound. Cutting posters down, so people, they got a rodent style. We get it how we live is we just them soldiers in position. Chest life, we the reason your piece is missing. My rent listen, pop you like what Mike did a Sonny listen. Two choices, go and pick one. Put bodies in the bag or find yourself in one. Boys look up to the hustlers, seems like I've been up. Look a bit, you got stuck. Oh now we fix it right. Give it up, don't you dare say a peep.
When the goals separate from
we will get this on the YouTube.
Yeah,
man. Get this out. Salute to everybody joining in. Rock with Bubu The Prince, carrying the culture. Man. All of our interviews are on our YouTube in the profile. You know what I'm saying? We got casual in a couple of weeks too. Casual hieroglyphics. So
just want to say something real quick, man.
Nah, what up, man?
I wanna pay you respects, man, for real, and give you
Come
honor,
on,
man,
man.
for real. Nah, it's people like you, man, who reach out, you know what I'm saying, and actually trying to keep the culture. Shit is in your name, my man. Like keeping the culture alive, carrying it, man. It's people like you, man, that makes us, go forward and shit, man. We need people like you. You understand what I'm saying?
Nah,
Too
man.
many fucking haters, man. I'm telling you, man. Too many haters. All they want to do is dick ride and ride away here and ride away there and the politics shit and who they know. But it's people like you, man, who, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, man, I
Sticking to it
appreciate you.
right.
Like, it's it's a mutual thing, man. This is a relationship. You know what I mean? And so, like, we rock with what's dope. And doesn't matter your age. Doesn't matter if it was your new show, first show, whatever. Old, it don't matter, yo. Like age, because if you think about it, some of the dopest music was written by cats when they were 15, 16. Rakim was 15, 16. Buckshot was 15, 16. Like Nas was a young buck. So that, yo, the youngins put it back in the day. Put it on. LL was a young buck. So. It ain't about age, it's about talent, it's about skill, it's about like if you rep this shit, man. So when I first saw you, I was like, yo, this is a real motherfucker right here, man. You know what I mean? I didn't care how old you were or nothing like that, like or where you were from. I was like, yo, this is peace, man. So, we got to link up in the physical in LA again. So this is important to me, man. Like this is like it's when I say carrying the culture, fam, it's yes, I'm an older head. So I'm going to carry them 70s and 80s and 90s values. But carrying the culture means carrying it forward, right? So that means
that's a fact.
We got to keep this going. You're 20 years younger than me, but the respect is real. So I'm trying. It's like I'm going to do whatever I can to help you like keep this forward. I'm going to be dead at some point. Wow. Like you're going to be here. So it's like about you, like going, okay, let's go forward. This is what you learn from the older heads. Let's go, man. This is each one teach one, man. So this is important to me, man. Like, you know what I mean? It's about, you know what I mean? Just coming with that real shit. And I felt the vibe when we first linked up, man. You know what I mean? So it's all love here. Anything I can do to help, support, whatever. You get me the album early. We can promo, push it, whatever, man.
For sure, I got you.
Help it.
I got you, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like we will do whatever we can. As long as you don't fucking no trap shit. I'm just keeping it 100. And you don't send me. If you do that, listen, here's the thing. If you do fuck with the trap shit, that's fine.
I won't send it to you, man.
Just
don't
do
that,
it,
man.
If you want to go get that bag real quick for like an hour, man. Okay, I get it. You gotta put the kid through college, private school. All right, but don't send it to me. But
I feel like there's gonna be a lane to where we can make real bread pretty soon, because the cats who open the door, they switching up already. So I feel like, this shit, my man Nems, my OG Nems and shit, like he's starting to break through, making another door, creating another door. So cats like us come in and shit. He stuck to his sound this whole way. Been over 20 years. I remember listening to Nems when I was in high school when he was doing the grind time shit.
Nems been around.
Skinny Nems. At that. So yeah. So I'm looking forward to that for sure. Just trying to create a game plan.
No, for real, man. And salute to everybody on the show. And definitely we want to. Like I said, we rock with you, man, and it was an honor to have you on and really hear your story and get to know you better. I mean, we rock, but we respect each other. But I didn't know you, so this was important to me. Like we were building at the show was all loud, but it's so it's this was important. So I appreciate it, man, and I'm saying salute to everybody joining. I'll tag you, get this up. This will be up on the YouTube in a couple of days, and. Thank you again, man. Appreciate you.
Thank you for your time, man. Thank you, bro.
Word. Salute, everybody. Be good.
Peace.
All right, peace.